So Bob Woodward has a new book coming out about Trump's White House, and already it's caused quite a stir. There's already been a lot of great stuff that has been released, including how most of his staff thinks Donald Trump is a gigantic idiot. I've got a couple of examples of that from the book, and these are amazing. For one, after Trump left a meeting with Defense Secretary James Mattis on North Korea, Woodward recounts Mattis was particularly exasperated and alarmed, telling close associates that the president acted like and had the understanding of, quote, a fifth or sixth grader. Now, this is during the time where he was having an argument with Kim Jong-un, calling him Little Rocket Man. Look, not great for peace, right? But it gets worse. After Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad launched a supposed chemical attack on civilians in April 2017, Trump called Mattis and said he wanted to assassinate the dictator. He said, quote, verbatim, let's fucking kill him, let's go in, let's kill the fucking lot of them, according to Woodward. Now, Mattis, who was there, told the president, oh, no, sir, I'll get right on it. But after hanging up the phone, he told a senior aide, no, we're not going to do any of that. We're actually going to be much more measured. Please disregard and ignore the baby. He will be distracted with something else later on. So what happened? Well, obviously, we didn't assassinate Bashar al-Assad. That would have been a disaster. Probably would have almost certainly put us at war with Russia. So we ended up doing airstrikes. Now, it's not just that. There's more. Trump's personal lawyer, John Dowd, describes the president as, quote, a fucking liar, telling Trump that he would end up in an orange jumpsuit if he testified to special counsel Robert Mueller. Now, this happened, of course, after the mock interview with Trump, where, of course, he sat down. They set up this whole thing where he was going to practice for the Mueller interview. So they asked him a bunch of questions, and Donald Trump couldn't stop lying and contradicting himself. And generally just bungling the entire thing. So now, Dowd, his lawyer, as I said before, on the Russia investigation, is like, oh my God, this guy's an idiot. He's gonna lie himself into jail. He's gonna perjure himself. He already did so several times during this mock interview and went on a 30-minute rant. We can't have him do this. We can't have him interview with Mueller. It can't happen. But Trump, he's like, no. No, I did fantastic. What are you talking about? I'm a genius. Please let me testify. No, I'm a great witness. Believe me. Oh my God. Now, this led to Dowd meeting with Robert Mueller and explaining why Trump is too stupid to be interviewed. He said, quote, I'm not going to sit there and let him look like an idiot. You publish that transcript because everything leaks in Washington, and the guys overseas are going to say, I told you he was an idiot. I told you he was a goddamn dumbbell. What are we dealing with this idiot for? So he made the argument that if you do this, if he sits down with you, that's going to delegitimize us in front of all of our allies. And not just in front of our allies, but also on the world stage. We cannot show how dumb our president really is. Now, of course, everybody already knows how stupid Donald Trump is and how they can play him to pretty much get whatever the hell that they want. But at the time, man, they're like, no, don't let him do it. Don't let him do it. And you know what happened? The next day, Dowd resigned. Now, why would a lawyer step down from the biggest case in his lifetime? Well, it's because Donald Trump is so dumb, he would put himself in jail for perjuring himself. He's an idiot. There's more. Chief of Staff John Kelly talked about Trump. He said, quote, he's an idiot. It's pointless to try to convince him of anything. He's gone off the rails. We're in crazy town. I don't even know why any of us are here. This is the worst job I've ever had. I love that quote in 40 different ways. Amazing. But it gets worse. Not only did his aides and staffers refer to him as an idiot, call him stupid and mock him. But also, they ended up stealing things off his desk. This is an amazing story as well. Now, there was a letter, a draft letter, that would have withdrawn the U.S. from a trade agreement with South Korea. Now, there's a reason that they didn't want to withdraw from that. It's because it would have taken away a strategic location away from the military, right? Where they could respond to threats. So this is a national security measure, right? Now, Cohn, when he learned about this, he's like, we can't have that. We can't have him sign this. This is going to be a disaster. So he told an associate, quote, I stole it off his desk. I wouldn't let him see it. He's never going to see that document. Got to protect the country. There's another example of people stealing stuff off his desk. For example, the president ordered Rob Porter to draw up a document withdrawing the United States from NAFTA. So this is something that the president really, really wanted to do. I want to get out of NAFTA. So make a document, Rob. Okay? Well, Cohn apparently told Rob Porter, don't worry, I can stop this. I'll just take the paper off his desk. And that's exactly what he did. He came in, he stole the paper, and then Donald Trump, and the most amazing thing here is that Donald Trump didn't even notice. Oh my God. They know he is so dumb and so disinterested and actually doing things, policy, right? Policy that even he came up with. That people can steal stuff off his desk and he doesn't understand. He doesn't know. They get away with it. All they have to do is hide his papers and wait. And he'll get distracted by Twitter. Wow. In fact, Porter was quoted as saying, a third of my job was trying to react to some of the really dangerous ideas that he had and try to give him reasons to believe that maybe they weren't such good ideas. Well, knowing Trump's track record, very, very difficult to convince him that one of his ideas, which are, of course, the greatest, the most tremendous ideas, and that nobody could ever think of these ideas, especially ideas that are so great, very hard to convince him that those ideas are bad. Man. And of course, apparently another third was hiding those papers. Now, back to Cohn. Now, of course, Cohn was a little angry at Trump, nearly resigned after Trump had come out and talked about Charlottesville. He said that there were good people on both sides. Remember that was when the neo-Nazis literally ran over a protester, Heather Heyer, and killed her and injured many other people. Trump was like, oh, no, good people on both sides. But it turns out that's not actually what he felt about this. Now, Trump actually said, quote, and I'm going to give you this, and this is disastrous, right? That was the biggest fucking mistake I've made and the worst speech I've ever given. So he's saying the both sides speech. He actually wanted to favor the neo-Nazis. Cohn is Jewish. And he's like, oh my God, you're siding with neo-Nazis, with people that hate me. In fact, he then started to regard the president as a professional liar and threatened to resign. No, he didn't. But when Cohn met with Trump to deliver his resignation letter after Charlottesville, the president said this was treason and persuaded his economic advisor to stay on. Kelly then confided to Cohn that he shared Cohn's horror at Trump's handling of the tragedy and shared Cohn's fury with Trump. He said, quote, I would have taken that resignation letter and shoved it up his ass 6 different times. Now, John Kelly has had his own chance at resigning, but he has refused to do so. I'm beginning to think that maybe it's It's actually because he's trying to prevent Trump from doing something incredibly dangerous to the country. And that's giving John Kelly a lot of credit. Now, other quotes here. I'm going to give you some from Trump himself. So that was just Trump's staff dunking on him, right? So now I'm going to give Trump, get to Trump dunking on his staff. So this is great. Now, Jeff Sessions, right? Now, on Sessions, Trump said, quote, "This guy is mentally retarded. He's this dumb Southerner. He couldn't even be a one-person country lawyer down in Alabama." So this is what he thinks about Southern people, right? Oh, you're dumb. You're just another dumb Southerner. That's what he thinks about you guys, MAGA guys. Not only that, but Trump told Secretary of Commerce Wilbur Ross, "I don't trust you. I don't want you doing any more negotiations. You're past your prime." He's telling Wilbur Ross that he's past his prime. Wilbur Ross is a terrible person, by the way. Wilbur Ross is terrible. Jeff Sessions is terrible. I don't like defending these guys at all. But man, you've got terrible people among even more terrible people. I mean, Ross stole millions, not just from his own customers, but from people he worked with. He would take their checks, put it into his pocket. "Sorry, I'm not going to pay you." "Why are you not going to pay me?" "Because I stole your money. And you're not getting a dime of what I owe you." Not going to happen. But I think the best quote of him talking shit about his supposed friends is talking to Rudy Giuliani. Now, this is before Rudy Giuliani became his lawyer. Giuliani has, of course, been a longtime Trump friend and Trump defender. But get a load of how he refers to Giuliani, especially after an appearance of where he was defending the president. He said, quote, "Rudy, you're a baby. I've never seen a worse defense of me in my life. They took your diaper off right there. You're like a little baby that needed to be changed. What are you going to be, a man?" He's talking to Rudy Giuliani, his supposed friend. And he's telling him that they took your diaper off on live TV. When are you going to be a man? Be a man, Rudy. Be a man. And you know what? The most amazing thing here is that Rudy Giuliani then became his lawyer. How sad is that? How much are people going to debase themselves to work for Donald Trump? Unless, of course, Rudy Giuliani is like, "Oh no, I'm going to be Donald Trump's lawyer, but I'm going to be the worst lawyer in the world. I'm going to make sure that I defend him so poorly that he ends up in jail." I don't know. That's conspiracy, right? Maybe Rudy Giuliani is, look, either Giuliani is the dumbest lawyer in America, or he's a genius and he's getting revenge on Trump. Wouldn't that be amazing? But, I mean, look, imagine the things Rudy Giuliani must have said behind Trump's back. Look, here's the thing. There's no loyal to Donald Trump here, right? All these guys are either weirdly looking out for the country. Like, I never thought that I would give Rex Tillerson credit, because I don't agree with Rex Tillerson on anything. But Rex Tillerson, when he was at the State Department, actually he prevented a war from happening when it came to another Middle East war between Qatar and the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. He prevented a war. Or Jeff Sessions, who had to spies. But Jeff Sessions is actually doing his job when it comes to at least Duncan Hunter, who was, of course, indicted for spending campaign money on personal stuff, or Chris Collins, that was indicted for doing insider trading. This is the insanity that's the White House, where you actually defend people that normally I would have no interest in defending. Terrible people. We're defending terrible people. But because Donald Trump, the president, is an unhinged lunatic. My God, man. What have we become? What have we become? Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.